Alrighty, we are getting ready to make brown sugar with molasses and sugar. I'm going to show you how to do it, and it is also my first time doing it. You're going to get to enjoy me experimenting and see what works best for me to make it all work out. So enjoy. Let's take a look down at the counter, and we will start this experiment with sugar and molasses. Now, one thing about molasses is it's full of nutrients. When you add molasses to your sugar to make brown sugar, you actually are adding calcium, iron, potassium, and magnesium into that sugar. So this is not just an unhealthy sugar. You're adding nutrients back into the sugar. Now, you can buy this at the store just as is, or you can make it at home for cheap and also add nutrients in. Now, the benefits of making it at home is going to be that you know exactly what you're putting in. As you can see, I say this non-GMO project verified, knowing that this sugar or the molasses here is non-GMO. And also you can choose the kind of sugar that you feel is best for your family. Now, this is my leftover Christmas sugar, and by the time we run out of this, we tend to stick with just this kind of natural sugar. And until it's baking time, we don't get any other sugar. We might get one small thing of sugar for Valentine's Day if we need it, or for birthdays if we need it, but we really don't stay stocked up on 25 pounds of sugar in our home. Absolutely not. We only buy it as needed.
Because of me.
Yes, we have children in the house, and we try not to encourage an excessive amount of sugar consumption. So I have a helper here. I did not measure it, but I'm guessing it's close to 2 cups in there, and maybe a third cup at the bottom. So I would like you to dump that in and start stirring. Take the cover off.
I know. I just like to be funny.
I know you are, silly boy. Just waiting on you. So you can see where you are. Make sure that you are in there. You can use your spoon to dig it out, make it faster.
You didn't even get anything.
Make sure when you do it, you've got your bowl under. Dump it in. All of it.
Do you know what it kind of looks like? It kind of looks like blood.
Looks like chocolate to me.
Look, it looks like, yeah.
Go ahead and keep digging it out, please. Honey, from the jar. You can work on stirring it in once you scoop out more of it. Wait. So I feel that we've only have about 2 or 3 tablespoons worth of molasses left in this. I tend to put a spoonful of molasses in my coffee or my tea at least once a day, because I want to get the minerals into my body. When you're working with ingredients that are completely stripped of all nutrients and completely bleached white, you know that there's no nutrition in it. And this is why people demonize white sugar. Brown sugar is definitely going to have a lot more nutrients. Alright, we're going to get this mixed up and show you how it turned out. Alright, so we have been mixing, and I wanted to show you what it's like if you only have about 2 tablespoons of molasses in with this. It's clumpy and hard to mix, so if you had a lot more, it might mix more or better. And so what we did was we tried it with the whisk, and it is slow going still. It's improved, but it's still slow going. So now I'm pulling out the big guns to see how we do with our Cuisinart mixer, hand mixer. Alright, you need to get your hands out. And I'm going to do this. So to be honest, this is my very first time doing it for myself. I've known about it, but I've never tried it. So it's not been easy to mix it in loosely over here. So then I decided to throw some into the jar and see how I did. And this is looking so much more like brown sugar. So I'm very encouraged by that. I did not have a whole lot of molasses to work with when I decided to finish it up. So I'm probably going to take this part and then dump it in that and mix that in as well. It's not going to be a very dark brown sugar, simply because I only had a couple of spoonfuls left. So I'm going to go and mix it in. Honey, if you could help me.
Oh yeah, I'm just looking for the broth.
I need your help. Get over here. Why don't you hold this up while I work on dumping it in.
So what my mom is trying to do here is get this into the bowl from the jar with a spoon.
Yep.
Like I told her, the easiest way is to put the jar specifically and a thing of boiling hot water, and all the molasses would melt, and then you would put it in the sugar. And then, but
He's telling about putting a jar of molasses that's not really melting into a pot of warm water and allow the sugars in the jar to melt down. And yes, that would be a great thing to do, but I didn't really have enough to work with. So there now you see it's looking a lot more like brown sugar because I did that attempt to scrape the edges, and I'm happy with it. But as you can see, you've got little clumps in there that you're going to want to work out. You can try with a, what do you call this?
A whisk.
A whisk, or you can use a hand mixer, a machine hand mixer.
Or a hand blender.
A hand blender, yep,
or a
same
hand
thing.
grill. Works the same.
That's pretty good. I've tried few different ways. So overall, it's looking pretty good. Maybe it's best to just get your hands in there and also do it. I mean, you have to try everything to see what works for you. This is literally my first time making brown sugar. So this has been a very interesting experience. I feel like I'm getting it more better just from using my whole hand. So if you don't like getting your hands wet, wear a glove. If you really don't care, do whatever you want. Make sure you have clean hands before you get started, of course. And you'll be all set. Okay, so we managed to succeed at making the brown sugar, and I put it away in the old jar that I had the molasses in. Did not quite get a full jar. You can see there that it's 3/4 full, maybe a little over half. And so this was a fun experiment because I had never done it before. I didn't know how it was going to go. I didn't know anything except for that I knew that brown sugar was made out of molasses and white sugar. So I'm very pleased with how it went, and I will be making it more often. And I hope that you enjoyed my experiment and learned a little bit as you went along, because I was obviously not sure what I was doing. So if you're like me and you don't know whether you like the spoon or the whisk or the hand mixer best, feel free to experiment with all of it. Maybe even a fork would be good. So yes, good luck with making your brown sugar.
Bye.
Make sure you leave me a comment at the bottom. Tell me how it went for you if you wanted to try it out. And also, if you enjoy my videos, feel free to just hit like and subscribe, share with your friends. So, anyway, have a great night. Bye-bye.